Physician who's had my license for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background. I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime.
Aloha, everybody. Maria Benardis here, and I'm coming to you with a new video, and it's essentially going to cover the 10 rules that really we should consider when shopping to make sure that the food is as wholesome as possible and as healthy as possible. And for those that don't know, I'm a holistic health and wellness coach. I'm also a Gourmand award-winning cookbook author, chef, and I was voted number one on the top 10 list of health and wellness coaches disrupting the medical industry. And disrupting it for a reason, because everything I recommend to you and all my videos, and of course this amazing X39 product that's flashing, works. And this is how I keep looking very young and how I obtain optimum health. So let's launch into it. What are these 10 rules or guidelines, whatever you want to call them, whatever word resonates with you is quite all right. So when you go grocery shopping, excuse me, what should you be looking for? What should you be considering before you put that item in your shopping trolley? And just by way of background, I'm an ancient Greek holistic coach. So the ancient Greeks would not put anything on their body or anything in their mind or anything in their mouth for that matter to eat unless it had a very high vibrational frequency. And a lot of people will not know is that many of those philosophers and ancient Greeks were vegans or vegetarians. A lot of them were fruitarians and lived to over the age of 250. Now, please show me one person on this planet that has managed to live the age of 250. So this is why everything that I impart to you and recommend to you works. And what did the ancient Greeks use in addition to eating high vibrational frequency food? They adopted light therapy to increase their vibrational frequency. And that's what that magical patch and what is flashing on the screen and what will be in the description does. It's light therapy. We are frequency energy beings, and therefore we need high energy. So please have a look at my other two videos, one on Q consciousness and one on eating a high vibrational frequency diet, which includes mind, body, spirit. Okay, so let's go into it. So the first one I wanted to mention is when you're looking at something that you've picked up in a grocery store and considering, whether you should consume it or drink it, look at the ingredients, and if it contains numbers, if it contains anything that you don't recognize or can't pronounce or can't read, or anything that your grandmother wouldn't recognize, and that includes things like citric acid, natural flavors, whatever. When we look at citric acid, that's really a type of mold. It's toxic. Really put it down and don't put it into your shopping pantry. All these things are toxic chemicals that have repercussions on your health. It's no wonder that we have an epidemic of illness, an epidemic of pain, an epidemic of, oh my goodness me, unwell people, both emotionally and physically. So, again, if you can't pronounce something or you don't recognize it, well, you shouldn't be putting it in your body, because guess what? Your body is not going to recognize it and not know what it is. And when your body doesn't recognize it, and these are all like low vibrational frequency acidic stuff I've just said, your body's going to go into shock and it's going to react. And how does it react? By getting out of balance and creating some sort of a health issue. That's all it is. If there's any sort of illness or imbalance, whether it's mental or physical, it's because your body is out of balance and you are doing something to the body or the mind or the spirit that the body does not like, or the mind doesn't like, or the spirit doesn't like. Now, the second point is if the list of ingredients is pages and pages and a mile long, don't buy the product. That in itself is an indication that this is not anything wholesome, organic, or natural from nature. So that's number two. If I see something with too many ingredients, well, that's a big no-no. I just don't put it in my shopping cart. So number three, if a product is advertised on television, on radio, in any sort of print media, it's likely that the product is unhealthy. And you'll notice most of it is soda drinks and processed foods and packaged foods in the freezer section. Most of that is not healthy. So therefore, we should be not putting it in our shopping cart, or at the very least eating minimal amounts, very minimal amounts. Number four, if the product contains canola oil, vegetable oil, cottonseed oil, oh my goodness me, corn oil, all those kinds of vegetable based oils. Now, we're not talking about olive oil. Olive oil is good for you. We're not talking about coconut oil. That's good for you. All these types of oils cause inflammation in the body. And what does inflammation cause? Well, it can cause dementia. It can cause weight gain. It can cause cancer over time. It can cause a lot of things. There's a lot of science out there to what I'm saying. So please do your research and find it so that you can validate that what Maria is saying is correct. So throw them out and replace them all with olive oil, coconut oil, and of course, for salads, more delicate oils such as walnut oil are good, avocado oil, but of course you can't cook with those oils at very high temperature. So I've given you just some examples. There are other really good oils as well from nature. Number five, if the item is processed and prepared already, like at a food bar, I'm even going to say restaurants, especially buffets and all sorts of things, or prepared frozen foods, coleslaws, potato salads. It's likely that it's not healthy. Uh, how can you validate what ingredients they've used? Whether they're, pesticide free, chemical free. You can't. So therefore, I opt out of buying anything like that to put in my body. And again, if you're out and you must eat something and you're a buffet, well, make informed decisions and go for the salads that don't have a dressing, because you just don't know what's in the dressing. And again, processed foods, we're talking about anything that's been made in a manufacturing plant, and that includes frozen pre-prepared meals, um, and chicken nuggets and all of that. Read the ingredients. You'll probably find that there's a mile long of all these ingredients and numbers and artificial flavors and colors in there. And this is stuff that your body just does not recognize. So number 6, if you're buying fish or if you're buying meat, so we're talking about anything of the flesh kind, uh, most importantly with fish, is it wild caught? Is it wild raised? Or are you buying that farm raised um, fish such as, salmon, tilapia, which is really toxic because of what they actually feed the fish? So you may want to do some research to see what that is. Again, with chickens, are they certified organic, or are you buying ones that have been injected with hormones, with antibiotics, and they're being fed genetically modified corn and soy? With the meat as well, has it been grass fed? Has it been grass finished? Have the animals been treated well? That makes a big impact in terms of the meat that you're eating and the chicken and the fish. So very important. A lot of restaurants are very sneaky. They will say it's been grass fed. The question that I ask, which of course, when I used to eat meat, I don't eat meat now. The question I used to ask was, is it actually grass finished? And you'll be surprised, most of the time it's not. It's actually been grain finished. And usually the grains could encompass corn, genetically modified corn, and soy. So be very mindful of that, and do ask the questions when you're at a restaurant, and check the labeling when you're buying it at the grocery store. Now, very important, number 7, buy local. Locally bought fruit and vegetables, such as your local farmers markets, are generally cleaner, especially when you go to your local certified organic farmer. A lot of them are using less chemicals or no chemicals and no herbicides. And again, you have an opportunity to speak to the farmer and ask them that question. So that's what I tend to opt for in terms of my first point of call of shopping, the local markets here in Hawaii. Number 8, again, I did alert this above. Number 8, grass fed um, and grass finished meat. Sorry, I should have separated them. The chicken and the fish was above, but I combined the meat. So organic, which has no antibiotics and no GMO feed. So again, everything is interrelated, everything is connected. Number 9, which goes back to the labeling, but a little bit more generic, we will see all natural yogurt. We're going to see low fat. So all these kinds of labels, be careful. That normally means to me that there is something else that's been put in there, such as aspartame or something else, to make it, low cal or sugar free or all natural or low fat. So be very careful. Normally, they do contain pesticides and some sort of GMO ingredient. So be very careful, be mindful of those labels, and again, read the ingredients. I usually say to people, you're better off going the traditional yogurt, if you're going to buy Greek yogurt, just the plain normal yogurt, and then just eating less as opposed to opting for the low cow, low fat, and whatever else. Number 10, another very important thing is when you're grocery shopping, be very selective in terms of which ingredients you choose to buy conventional. There is, of course, the EWG that issues guidelines every year on the top 15 most toxic fruit and vegetables to buy, and the 15 least toxic fruit and vegetables to buy. So look at that top 15 list, and you most certainly want to buy all those ingredients, or certified organic. And then the ones that are the least toxic, if you're on a budget, you can opt to buy those conventional, and they call it the Dirty Dozen list, which gets released every year. And the Dirty Dozen is a list of 12 non-organic vegetables and fruits, highest in pesticide residue. So they're measured. The list does change slightly every year. So you want to, investigate that. And I'll just give you basically the top clean 15 list for 2024. And here it is. Avocado, sweet corn, but make sure it's not GMO, pineapple, onion, papaya, sweet peas, that is frozen ones, eggplant, asparagus, cauliflower, cantaloupes, broccoli, mushrooms, cabbage, honeydew melon, and kiwi. Now, what was the Dirty Dozen? So that was the 15 clean. So what was the 12 Dirty Dozen? Strawberries. So you wouldn't be buying strawberries and the rest of this list conventional. There's a lot of pesticides and toxins and chemicals. Second, spinach, kale, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, and potatoes. So that's my top 10 list of things to look at when you're grocery shopping. And at least by following this list, you will make more informed, better decisions. But as I always say, the outside aisles of a grocery store normally contain the healthiest foods to eat. That is subject to reading the labels, of course, and making sure that they're certified organic or fit into the clean 15 list. And usually I'll find anything in the middle section other than the mineral water, I usually find is predominantly toxic in any case. So that gives you another rule of thumb. So that's all I wanted to share today. I hope this video helps everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my partners and customers for supporting me and supporting their health and wellness journey by buying this amazing light therapy technology, which also there is a link in the description of this video. I love you all. I wish you well on your healing journey, and I hope this video was helpful. Mahalo for watching. Aloha and have a beautiful day, and God bless you all.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.